Hey, this is Peter Steele,
And Johnny Kelly of Typo Negative.
and you're watching Toasted.
Drums?
My name's Peter Steele. I sing and play bass for Typo Negative.
How you doing, guys?
We're doing great this morning.
Yeah. You like Amsterdam a bit?
I love Amsterdam.
Yeah.
Love it.
Always when you come here.
Always. We've been fortunate enough to have the opportunity to come here many times. Our old, previous label, Roadrunner, is in Amstelveen.
Yeah.
And so when we used to come to do promo for the other records,
All
we used to
right.
wind up staying.
That's a long time ago. Time ago. Hey, a new album, a great new album, pretty aggressive, I think. It's very aggressive and
It was
really
fun
good.
to make, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Could you tell a bit of the writing process?
Well, this is what happens when you stop taking your psychiatric medication. Because we have, some songs that are 2.5 minutes long and some songs that are between 10 and 14 minutes long. The band likes it. The record company likes it. So far, the media likes it. It's just we're hoping very much that our fans like it.
There's like a certain element to it where it's, like Typo's been around for a long time. We have a lot of years behind us as a band, and I think that the songs on this record, it still has it's something fresh for Typo Negative, and is something vital to it. I really like it. I've been able to. I've been listening to it since I got my copy, since I got the mastered ref, and I really enjoy it.
Oh, that's
I
good.
genuinely like it.
Most bands don't listen to their own music. What about you? Do you do that?
I like the album very much. It seems to be a combination of all 5 studio albums. And the band's been together almost 17 years now, which is quite unbelievable. Most bands don't even last 17 weeks. I guess at this point it becomes almost auto-plagiaristic, where sometimes I find myself writing, I'm like, why does this sound familiar? I'm like, and Josh would go, Pete, that's Christian Woman you just rewrote. I'm like,
Really?
oh, that's right.
It did happen.
Yeah, really?
Well,
Okay,
not
okay.
I don't know if it was Christian Woman, but that situation did come up a few times where we're like, wait a minute, we've done this before.
Because the guys have to step in, because when we start to write, it's usually like this storm of ideas that come up, and we cut and choose, we catalog parts, and then try to put them together and say, why does that sound familiar? And like you just put that part into the last song you wrote. I'm like, okay, I'll take your word for it.
Yeah, exactly. But how was it writing? Was it cool? Because you've been away for a while.
Sometimes, a lot of times it was cool. A lot of times it was really tough. Like on a.
You
Like,
jam a lot together.
Yeah, we would jam. We would go into the studio. Like we have a rehearsal studio in Queens, and we would go in there on an average of like 5-6 nights a week, and we go there for hours.
I think that this last album has more of a jammy type of feel than the previous albums.
A lot of our
it's very balanced. This album.
a lot of our older influences, I think.
Are coming out more.
Yeah,
now.
coming out more on this record. A lot more of that, a lot more classic rock bands and stuff.
Yeah.
There is something that does tie it all together. That I haven't figured out what it is yet, but there is something there that keeps them all together. Poverty.
Yeah.
And Wicked, the album's called Dead Again, and it starts off with the song Dead Again.
It's in the butcher shops everywhere. What is it? March 19th?
Yeah,
March
March
19th
19th.
here in
Yeah, it's
Europe.
coming out then. It's the first song. The lyrics are pretty heavy, or it's about drugs, isn't
the
it?
first song.
That's Dead Again.
It's about drugs, yeah. It's no secret that I had a little drug and alcohol problem, and I have to be honest with you. I wish those things were totally out of my life.
Yeah, you can read it in the lyrics.
The things have gotten much better. I mean, I'm actually going to remember this conversation, which is,
Wicked. Oh,
yes,
Yeah.
which is step one.
Step one of the recovery program.
That's it. Small steps.
Number 2, I'm no angel, and from time to time I do fall off, and so anytime I do, I feel like it's slow suicide, and
Because it is in the end, of course.
Right.
You know that, but when you're using it, it feels great, isn't it?
And
That's always the point.
there's an old saying that it's better to learn from the mistakes of others than your own. So I was hoping that maybe our fans can get something out of my mistakes. That I was a very clean person. I mean, well, not that kind
Not
of
today.
clean. Yes, I am clean today.
You look like you shaved.
Well, once a month, whether I need it or not.
Yeah.
But and if I could fall into drugs and alcohol, I think that anybody can. So I just would like to warn our fans, like walk with me, but don't follow me. you know.
Exactly.
So anytime I wake up, you know, the next day and I'm like, oh man, what did I do last night? I'm like, I'm fucking dead again.
Dead again.
Dead
Exactly.
again. Well, Typo Negative is very much a very emotional, personal band. That is somewhat exaggerated. You know, my life is actually quite boring. If I didn't exaggerate, I'd be writing sandwiches about. I'd be writing sandwiches. I'd be writing songs about sandwiches, about the weather, which is dull, my diet, which is poor, and my sex life, which is non-existent. So I think as a person gets older, priorities change, but other things have taken you know, precedence. Family, friends. I'm 45 years old right now, so I have to start looking down the road a little bit. I'm not married yet. I don't think I have any children. You know,
No one's come forward.
I'm looking down the road. I would like to find
actually,
somebody.
closing down a bit now, like a bit quieting down now.
I'm kind of wife shopping too, like that. You know, Russian bride thing didn't work out because they always wind up, you know, dead. You know, because they don't punch enough holes in the box. You know, caution, living Russian beautiful bride, but they're always dead, or they try to claw their way out. They don't make it.
No. Tripping a Blind Man is a really good song too. Fast, aggressive again, very fast lyrics too. That's quite an experiment,
Oh, you
isn't
got
it?
the lyrics.
Yeah, I got them.
Oh,
yeah,
that's a change. Okay.
For a change, yeah. Did you kick somebody's ass for that or not?
I didn't kick anybody's ass, but I had to mention, you know, more than once that I would like the interviewers to have the lyrics because they're, you know, kind of important as to what the album is about.
Tripping a Blind Man. What's that about?
Can I read the lyrics? I
don't have them with me. No, I don't have them with me. I've read them.
It's about how some people go through life making other people's lives miserable, and if you're naive, you know, you could trick anybody, you know, and so, you know, tripping a blind man is very easy to do, and of course, even though I'm a Christian, I still have retaliatory feelings, and so hence tripping a blind man. Why can't it be you?
Hey, after so many years together, is it still fun? How do you get it fresh? How do you keep it fresh?
If it wasn't fun, I wouldn't be here.
No,
Absolutely not. You know, there's a million ways to earn a living, you know, and I still genuinely enjoy, like, you know, being in Typo Negative, being with the guys, hanging out, working, making music together, and, like, you know, now I'm looking forward to, you know, we're gonna go home, we're gonna shoot a video. That I'm not looking forward to. I hate fucking making videos. But
No offense.
no, I do. It's just so
Just
redundant
waiting
and
and it's-
repetitive, and it's like I'm not really crazy about the recording process either, because it's the same thing where you have to, like, you know, do something over.
Repetition.
Yeah, repetition. I like the idea of, like, you know, live performance where you only have one opportunity to get it right. And, you know, if you don't get it right, it's not the end of the world, but it's just more of...
Spontaneous.
yeah,
Yeah.
and all your energy is out there because you wanted
Yeah.
the first time.
It's like playing live, you know.
Yeah,
And it's
that's
more
it.
it's more satisfying, like, you know, if you pull it off live and, you know, you get it right that time. And, like, you know, we just did 3 shows in California. It's
Anaheim.
in
Yeah,
Anaheim.
so that, yeah.
It was first time the band's done shows in literally over 3 years. You know, I've been doing a lot of work with Kenny, so I see him all the time. But, like, you know, seeing Josh and stuff, and I was like, wow, this is cool. You know, it's something that we haven't done in a long time, and I was excited about it, and, like, you know, playing the songs that, you know, playing the old songs again and stuff. It was refreshing, you know, and it was cool. And
So that's the way you make it fresh, then, isn't it?
Yeah.
Keep it fresh. Yeah.
Absolutely. Well, the live presentation has always been a little bit different than our records. I mean, there's just so much going on in the records, you know. It's just physically impossible for, like, 4 guys to do it unless we were going to do it with, like, you know, tracks and, you know, play the tracks and stuff. But we're, you know, that isn't what we do.
Yeah.
You know, and that's the way Typo is always, like, you know, brought across their music live. It's always been a different interpretation.
Yeah.
But as long as, like, the general idea is there, we've always, like, you know, improvised somehow, like, you know, to try to get it through. And it's fun.
Cool.
It's a lot of fun.
No, that sounds really good.
You know, something else that has actually made playing live with Typo fun again is the fact that Johnny and Kenny work with Danzig now, and they also have their side project, Seventh Void, and I've resurrected Carnivore, so it was really nice to start to work with, you know, be vulgar, but it was like fucking an ex-girlfriend.
But you mean with Carnivore or like with the Type of Negative? You mean?
Well, fucking the band over, literally. Well, with I didn't mean it with Carnivore, but now that you mention it, yes, with Carnivore too. But I didn't realize how much I had missed playing with Typo until last week. So it was really refreshing.
All right. How was your reactions to the new songs for the public there?
Well, we didn't play any new songs live because that's my policy. Because I remember going to see my very first rock show, which was Black Sabbath at Madison Square Garden, August 27th of 1979, where
78.
Right, 78.
Oh, right. Oh, you're a date guy or not?
I'm the Chronicle.
I wonder why I can't remember things anymore. But I remember Sabbath played some songs off of Never Say Die, and I had seen them at Madison Square Garden, which is notorious for really bad acoustics. But at the time, I was like, I had no idea what they were even playing, And
you want to hear songs you know.
Lyrics are also very important, and somebody with an MP3 player or something, records it, it gets on the internet, and people are going to say, wow, the new song sounds like shit. And they're going to say that based upon the acoustics. At this point right now, speaking of downloading, we're going to download which song?
I don't know yet. That's still being debated. We're gonna
leak a song out.
Yeah, we're gonna leak a song out so that
okay.
I don't think it's gonna be available for download, but you'll be able to go to our website and hear it.
Yeah.
Something a little I guess teaser for hardcore fans.
Do you see still new fans coming up, like little kids, and did you see it like different type?
We've actually discovered something very, very quite interesting lately within this band that encompasses string, quantum, and chaos theory. When we can't decide what to do, we flip a coin. I swear to God.
This is true.
It was like we've been arguing for the last 17 years. Somebody give me a quarter or euro or something. And all right, hits. All right, yeah, okay. Then we'll play Dead Again tonight. Instead of.
Hey, there's one song with Tara Van Flower, almost a Dutch name. I don't know her. Could you tell who she is? And she's in a band.
Back in 1990, when I was going through my little goth, trance dance phase and stuff, I was into this band. I still am into this band called Lycia, and this couple. They are friends of mine from I think Denver. Is it? She's got a really a beautiful voice, and from time to time we do like to put in an actual female element into the music. It's a nice little break from my voice all the time. So,
and there was this one part in the song "Halloween in Heaven" where it felt right. He wanted a female voice, and so they got Tara to do it.
2007, what's coming up? Because the album's coming out in March. You're gonna probably do a US tour first, and then
we're hitting the road. I just got the routings. Nothing's been confirmed 100% yet, but it looks like it's starting in the last week of March. We start in the States, and then that'll wrap up the last week in May, and then we'll have a couple of weeks off. Then we're coming to. Looks like we're going to be coming to Europe.
All right.
Doing festivals.
Anything confirmed already for? Because we have some festivals coming up.
I just got the routing yesterday, and I'm not sure if anything's really confirmed. So I don't want to say yes, we're going to be at this festival.
Just check out the website.
And then find out that something fell through for whatever reason.
It's on tape.
I hope not, but there's there's a lot of cool festivals that we're in line to do, and we'll probably stay here. It looks like we're going to stay here possibly between 4 and 5 weeks. And if we stay here for 5 weeks, it'll be the longest European trip that the band has ever done.
Cool. And you're going to stay some days here in Amsterdam then?
Undoubtedly.
Oh, man, I hope so.
Okay.
Johnny loves Amsterdam. I just don't like being by the canal.
Right.
Too many people get pushed in at night. I don't want to be one of them.
But I don't smoke.
Oh.
But no, I don't smoke.
Oh,
but
you mean? All right.
Yeah, I don't. But I love the city, and I love just hanging out in the bars, and the food here is great, and I've hit all the museums in the past and stuff, and it's just a very free place. It's
cool.
And I admire that a lot about it.
Hey, thanks guys, and enjoy.
Thank you very much. My pleasure.
Thanks.